welcome back to my channel. Disregard the way I look. My son is not feeling great, and I did not want to put on makeup and, possibly have projectile, vomit on my face and have to take off all the makeup. So there's no makeup today. But right now, he's just in his room watching the tablet. So I hope you guys can't hear it. He's getting all cuddled up in his bed and he just doesn't feel good. But I just wanted to do an October reading wrap up. I have my reading journal right here. So I read 22 books in October, 7,489 pages. I had 1 2-star, 3 3-stars, 1 3.25, 3 3.5, 2 3.75s, 6 4-stars, 2 4.25 stars, 1 4.5, and 3 5-stars. I feel like I did good. I had a good range. I wish they were more of just 4s and 5s, but I mean, not every book is going to be perfect. But I had 3 romantasy, 2 monster romances, 1 why choose, 2 dark romantasy, 5 alien romances, 2 shifter romances, 2 sport romances, and 4 Halloween novellas. I've never read Halloween novellas before. This was the first time, and I really did enjoy them. But I only had 1 physical book, 1 book that I read physically. I had 13 Kindle books. So I think I did well with the whole gotta read as much as I can on Kindle Unlimited to make sure it's worth it. And then 8 audiobooks, which most of those, I think almost all of them, I read on Hoopla. I'm pretty sure. But I did really good. So the first book I read was A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, and it was following Nesta and Cassian, and I gave that one a 4.25, and I did listen to that one as an audiobook, and I did that one as a dramatized on Hoopla. I really liked it. I'm just not a fan of Nesta. I'm not a big fan of hers. Never really have been, even though she had a lot of growth in this. I still am not obsessed with her. And I don't really know where the story is going to go from here. I don't know if we're going to start following Elaine maybe, or somebody. I'm not quite sure, but it was good. It's the Fae, and then the men have wings, and when it's dramatized, it sounds so good. So I'm like, I say read it that way. But I really liked it, and I am really excited to continue on in that series. But I'm glad I finished it, because then I was able to read another Sarah J. Maas series, that literally The Empty Spot. Those are the other 2 that I have, and I have the 3rd ready to go. Well, then I read A Soul to Touch, which, okay, I'm getting very frustrated if you can't tell. The windows that are across from me are glaring off my glasses, so you can't see my eyes. And I can't take off my glasses because I have the red marks on my nose. So we're going to just keep moving. Sorry. But I read A Soul to Touch by Opal Rain. I gave it 4 stars. And this was following Mayumi and Faunus. I gave it 4 stars. I read it on audio on Hoopla. It was either on Hoopla or Libby. I'm pretty sure it was Hoopla. This one wasn't my favorite, only because I liked Faunus. Loved Faunus. Couldn't get enough of him. First off, in the beginning, his name is actually Kitty, but she renamed him to Faunus. Mayumi is a demon hunter, like a demon slayer. That is what she does. And I just feel like she accepted him way too quickly. The moment she figures out that he's watching her, and she just immediately is like, well, you're going to help me around the house and do all these things. And it's like, but you're supposed to be killing him. But she remembers he saved her at one point whenever she was younger, but still it just was a little bit too fast. I loved the story, but I just feel like it was way too fast. These are longer books, but I just feel like it didn't make much sense as to why she is a demon hunter her entire life, and she just immediately accepted him no tomorrow. It was perfectly fine. I'm confused about that, but what am I going to do? So then I did Taste of Thorns by Hannah Hayes. And this one is my Y2s that I read for the month. I gave it 4 stars, read it on Kindle. I really like Bryony and Bo and Dre and Thorn and Fox. Love them. I just wish there was more substance in this book than there was. I liked the trial in this one the most out of all of them. But I feel like everything leading up to the trial, it was just it could have been better, could have gotten a little bit more information. I feel like we don't have a lot. I don't know if the next one's going to be the last one. And it's Slice of something, Slice of Shadows or something like that. And I don't know if it's going to be the last one, and that's when we're supposed to get all the information in. But this one more felt like a filler book. I don't really feel like it was needed. It was good. The premise was good. I mean, I gave it 4 stars, but I just feel like we needed a little bit more. So 4 stars. Then I read King of Flesh and Bone by Liv Zander, and I really liked this. I had it as an audiobook, and I think I listened to it through Hoopla, or it was Libby. It's one or the other that do my audiobooks from. But you're following Ada and Enosh. Enosh is like some kind of like god, and he's supposed to like take in the souls of dead bodies or something like that, and he hasn't been doing it, so the people are reanimating themselves and being like zombies and like killing other people, and it's a whole thing. And Ada is trying to get him to do his job, to help the people actually like fully die instead of coming back, and he just doesn't want to. And he takes her as a human bride, and it's dark. It is dark. I gave that one a 3.25. I did enjoy it, but and like I've technically read everything Liv Zander has written, but I wish she would write more, because like I really like dark romantasy. Like I'm loving it. Well, then I did read Queen of Rotten Ruin, which is from this, it's the duology. And I gave that one also a 3.25, listened as an audio. And in this one, there was a lot of miscommunication in the beginning. And I'm very glad, like, he finally realized, like, what was going on. Because she was telling him, but he wasn't listening. He didn't believe her. And it was really irritating. I was so mad. But it was good. Things get figured out. He starts to do his job. I'm like, oh my God, finally. But it was good. It was nice to see the growth. And at the end, he became like, because they have a child, and he just becomes like such a big baby with her. Like, oh my God, you're messing with her, and she's trying to take her first steps, and then he kills somebody. It's like, oh my God, I was dying. It was really funny. I really liked it. It's a silly, fluffy, good time. It's a dark romantasy. I mean, what else could you ask for? It was good. Then I read Alien Tyrant by Ursa Dax. I did that one as a Kindle. And it is the first of the fated mates of the Sea Sand Warlords. I don't know what it is with Ursa Dax and her series names. They're all very long. I don't know what it is. But in this one, you follow Cece and Burude. I'm going to call him the B guy because I cannot say his name. I liked this one. I gave it 3 stars, especially because it's the first book. You're getting a lot of like the world. It is an alien romance. Burude, the B guy, he's an alien, and Cece and all of these other women are taken from Earth, and they're being brought to this planet, and they know, like, after they wake up, they're told that it's the military took them, and they're like, we need another planet, and we need to make sure this one can take our civilization, like we can live here. So they go, well, the ship ends up crashing, and the only people that survive are all the women that were taken and one woman in the military. And they come out, and the B guy, he comes in on his Urkdu, what it's called, and grabs Cece and leaves, because he was already shown that he's meant to be with her. So it's really learning the world. And that was what that one was mainly about. And about Cece and the bee guy, you know, getting to know each other, learning things about each other. Like, it was really good. I did really like it. I liked the miscommunication because they can't speak to each other. They don't know the same language. It is rough. I think that is the funniest parts about alien romances is that they don't speak the same language and they're trying really hard to communicate and it never comes across correctly. And it is funny. I think that is why I love them so much. So then I read by audiobook on Hoopla, dramatized, House of Earth and Blood, the first book of the Crescent City series. This took me a few days. This is 5 stars. I can't get over Bryson Hunt. I love them so much. I love Rune. I love Therian. I love all of them. The things that were revealed in here, I love it. This is a reread. And there were a few things I did forget. And I'm like, okay, because I finished ACOTAR, I could read this because if you've read the second one, you understand. So I had to read ACOTAR and then reread these because I read these two, the first two, and realized at the end of the second one, I needed to read ACOTAR first. So ACOTAR has been read. So that's when I jumped into this. And I love this. Bryce is just such a good FMC. She's been through so much and she just pushes so hard to help because she's being forced to help, but she just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going and doesn't stop. I really liked it. And I really want to read at least the third one sometime soon, but this one, love. Then I read The Bromance Book Club by Lyssa K. Adams. I gave it 5 stars. I had it as an audio on Libby, I think. And it's dual narration. And it was so sweet. I cried multiple times in this. And I think it's because they are married, but she wants a divorce. So it's Thea and Gavin. Thea and Gavin. And Gavin does not want to get divorced. He's a professional baseball player. And Thea is like, I can't do this anymore. Like, you're never home. I'm doing everything on my own and all this stuff. Well, something gets found out and he just loses his mind and leaves. And his friends convince him to join a book club to save his marriage. It works. And the things that happen were very sweet. And you could tell like he's like starting to understand, like, you know, take her to do something she wants to do, like something she loves. Take her to do something. Like, all she wants is to go to an art store. She's an artist. Take her. Just take her. And it was so sweet. The ending, like, I would not be mad if I found out my husband was reading these books, but she got mad. And I'm like, girl, to me, that is showing that he's trying to understand you. I don't understand why that's a problem. Like, I just don't. I don't understand. I'm trying to get my husband to read the books I read, and he just does not want to. I would love it if he did, but he just won't. But I loved it. I loved it. It was so freaking good. And I just, it makes my heart melt. It was so sweet. I need this book in my possession because I feel like I'm going to have to read it again one day. So I read The Quarterback Alpha by Emma Wolf. I gave it a 3.75. I listened to it on audio through Libby. That one is high schoolers. They're like seniors. They're over 18. Or they're like right under 18. I'm not quite sure. But it was Cora and Liam. And it was very short. Like, it only took me 2 hours to listen to it. I was surprised when it finished. I just, I liked it. It was good. I feel like there should have been more that happened. Like, it felt like the whole book was only like 3 days. Like, it was weird because Liam is a wolf shifter. He's the quarterback for the school. she's new in town and he's drawn to her, but he cannot be with a human in their society, their pack. You cannot be with a human because there's another pack around that they see it as weak and they will come after this pack. His mom is a human. She died. And the dad is just adamant, you cannot be with a human. They're weak. And da 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 da. I'm like, oh my God, it was annoying. But I mean, it was okay. That's why it's a 3.75. But yeah, the second one was DNF'd. So take it what you want. I didn't care, but that series kind of bothered. Then I read Assaulta Guide by Opal Rain. I did that one as a Kindle. It's the fourth book in the series, and that's following Raywin and Merrick. And I liked this one. It was good. They're mainly in her world. Raywin is blind, and she does not know that Merrick, the guy she's been with this whole time, is a Duskwalker because she's blind. She doesn't know. She figures it out, loses her mind, and he is just gung ho, like gonna protect her. And he thinks that he can go to wherever she's from because she is part elf. She's an elf. And he wants to get off of Earth. Like, he doesn't want to be there. He wants to go to another planet or another whatever dimension, whatever it's called. So she's trying to get there. She's trying to go back home because she accidentally got sucked in onto Earth. Like, she doesn't even know how she did it, but she's trying to go back. But he's helping her. Their relationship was very sweet, very tender. I loved it. When she does finally go back, she thinks Merrick's dead. That was sad. That was really sad. And everything that got figured out finally got figured out. I was just like, oh my God. But it was good. I love these monster romances. They're really interesting. And it's the miscommunication and trying to understand each other and them talking through it is what will get me every time. It's what will get me every freaking time. So then I read Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. I gave it 4 stars, and it's the third book of Ice Planet Barbarians series. I read it on Kindle, and this one's called Following Kira and Ehako. I really liked this one. Ehako, Kira, I really resonated with her because she was told she would never be able to have kids. I was told that at 16 years old, and I have 2. I mean, it's a miracle I even had the 2 that I have, and she was told, and they're thinking that because of her being that way, that's why her resonance or cooey, whatever, is not resonating, because it resonates whenever you're ready to, like, you're fertile, like you're ready to have a baby. She'll never be fertile. So Ehako has just been in love with her, and he has told her, I do not care if we never resonate. You are my one that I'm choosing. And I just, it made me want to cry. It's making me want to cry now. He was so funny. And it was beautiful to read. And I mean, they're short books. So it's really nice, short, sweet, to the point. And they are funny. They're pretty good. So I do really recommend that series. I mean, it's not anything groundbreaking, but it's a good palate cleanser. It's a good palate cleanser to put between big fantasy books. Then I read the honeymoon one of Kira and Ehako, and I gave that one 3 stars, read it on my Kindle. I liked it. Now that I'm more into the series, I feel like the honeymoon books are not needed at all. Like, I don't truly understand why they're even written. They're not really adding to the story. Like this one, she is worried that something's wrong with her pregnancy, and they kind of had to separate, like, put the group in half because there's too many people living in the cave. So, and there's another like settlement of caves, but it's far away, kind of. It takes like a full day for him to get there. But with her being pregnant, it takes multiple days because they have to stop at caves along the way. She's afraid that something's wrong with the pregnancy and they just want to get it checked out. but I just feel like it wasn't really needed. All we had to do was extend it at the end of the book, and then it would have been done. That's what I think. That's what I think she should have done with pretty much all the honeymoon books. But I didn't write them. But they're still good. I'm still reading them. Then I read Alien Enemy by Ursa Dax. I read it on my Kindle, and I gave this one 4 stars. Right? Yeah, 4 stars. I liked this one more than the first one because we're already in the world, and you're following Chapman and Follow. Gone Follow. He is a dick, to put it lightly. He's the leader guy that took all the women to his place. Chapman is the one military person that survived, and she did apologize to the women, saying that she did not know that they were going to be abducting women when she joined on, and whenever they started doing it, there was no way of stopping it, and there was no way of her getting out. Like, she was stuck, and she apologized profusely, and I felt so bad. And she is with Follow, and she just doesn't understand why she wants to be around him, and he is not fully understanding why he wants to be around her either, but she freaking puts him in his place. And I'm like, this is what he needed. Like, he needed to be put in his place because this is ridiculous. This guy is a jerk. But you find out later on, because everybody's mad that he killed his dad. He tells Chapman why, and I'm like, I get it. I get it. I totally understand why he did it. I don't even blame him for it. It was a good reason. It was a good reason. But yeah, I liked the whole miscommunication, her putting her foot down and making him listen, and it was so good. So good. Then I read Alien Orphan by Ursa Dax, which is the next book in the series. It's the 3rd one, and this is following Melanie and Taliok. This one was very sweet. Taliok is the only alien, and he's a Gon also, that has scars. And she does ask him why, and his scar story is so sad. And Melanie so Melanie has a hard time trusting people. Her parents have always treated her like crap. Everybody around her always treated her like crap. So she just had a hard time trusting anything Taliok said. Like, he would tell her, like, hey, I'm not going anywhere. And she didn't trust it because everybody leaves her. So it was sweet to see them together. The way the last one ended, I was just like very curious how the next one was going to be. Yeah, I really liked them. And I'm glad at the end it was almost like he proposed to her. That was like cute because you don't get that really in the other two, but it was cute. I really liked it. Every book, I'm liking it more and more and more now because I know the world. I don't have to focus so much and try to understand because I already know what's going on, so I can more follow just the romance part. Then I read The Midnight Pack by Jasmine Kuyasha. I gave it 2 stars. I got it from NetGalley, and it's following Jericho and Benjamin, and I did not like this book. I am very sad I did not like this book. It is a shifter romance, but it is hard for me to say it's a shifter romance because you don't even get into any of that until 50% of the book, and the first 50% you're supposed to be following a mystery. Mystery where? I'm confused. And it was compared to Supernatural, and I am sorry, but I'm a Supernatural like diehard. Where was it? I would love to know because it wasn't in this book. I am very disappointed, especially for saying it's like Supernatural. Like, people, when they like Supernatural, they're diehards. This just, it wasn't, no. Just no, I was not a fan. Jericho, her mom only named her that because for future reasons on resumes, they're going to ask her more because they're going to think she's a man at first. Stupid. And she's a PI, and she's called in because somebody got killed, and they don't think it was just like a mountain lion or something. Like, they think it was like something different. She just has luck figuring out these cases. So she gets called in. She goes to the woods by herself, and something chases her. She falls down, hurts herself. This guy just takes her to his place with his 2 brothers and his dad. And they're like, well, they don't even know any of us brothers exist. It was frustrating. And then once everything was like revealed about Benjamin, I just did not care. I was not a fan. I should have DNF'd it. I am mad I continued it. I'm just, wasn't for me. I'm a big shifter mystery type of person, and that just did not scratch the itch. And I think I'm just really more disappointed the fact that it's compared to Supernatural, and it's not. It's nowhere near Supernatural. So if you hear that it's like Supernatural, no. I do have another series that compares it to Supernatural, and I want to read it so bad, but I'm so scared that it's not going to live up to it. So I keep pushing that series off. I am so scared. I read Drive Me Crazy by Lizzie Dent. I gave it 3 stars, and I had it from NetGalley. And you're following Chloe and Matt, and this is my very first F1 romance I've ever read. I wish we learned a little bit more about F1. I don't know anything about that world. I know nothing. And I wish I just had a little bit more of it so I can understand a little bit more. And also the relationship between Chloe and Matt. They're lifelong friends, well, childhood friends. And whenever he becomes a professional, he kind of just leaves her in the dust. And she's been madly in love with him forever. And it just felt like it was very easy. He really didn't have to work very hard. I wish he had to work harder. I understand why things happen the way they did, but it's just like, it kind of was a little too easy. She just kind of gave in a little too quickly to my liking. But all in all, it was a very good book. I would recommend it, especially like if you're just getting into F1 romances. Like I understood some of it. And now I'm like, I really want to read more F1 romances because of this one. So I think it's a good intro to like getting into an F1 romance. So it's like because I've never read like hockey romances. The first one I read was Icebreaker, and that just opened up a whole new world. So I'm thinking this is my one that's going to open me up to F1 romances. This is when I got into my Halloween novellas. I read 4 in a row. So it was Only One Night by A.R. Rose, and I gave that one 4 stars, read it on my Kindle. And this one, I still think about this. And I think I have to up my star rating because I just cannot stop thinking about it. And I feel like I need it as a written book because I'm just so confused. I am so confused. Like, what did I read? It is so hard to explain because, mind you, I didn't realize till the very end, there are no character names. None. Not a single character name. No guy, no girl, nothing. So you're following the FMC. She's newly divorced. She is in her yard on Halloween. She gets hot. She decides, I'm going to jump in my pool. So she just jumps in her underwear and her bra, jumps in, gets out, lays down. But then she feels like somebody's watching her. When she opens her eyes, she sees a man on her neighbor's roof watching her. And so she decides, I'm going to, do things to myself and see if he keeps watching. And he literally crouches down and is full on staring at her. And it's crazy to where that night he breaks into the house and they do things. And he says, this is only going to happen for one night. And things get really creepy. Really creepy. Like I could not get over what happened the next day. I just was like, wait, what? And when it ended, I go, nothing's figured out. Nothing is solved. And I'm confused. I was a little irritated, but yet I want to read more from A.R. Rose. Like it was really good. So yeah. Then I read Burn for Jack by Aiden Pierce. I gave it a 3.75. I also read this one on my Kindle. And you're following Ada and Jack. So Jack is a pumpkin head guy that is in the graveyard, and he's only comes out on Halloween when someone that he used to love years and years and years and years ago, somebody from their bloodline, comes into the graveyard on Halloween. And Ada is from that bloodline, and she is being forced pretty much by this jerk of a town. Like this whole town, they all suck. They could all rot in hell. Like I was just so freaking irritated. And Jack comes with Ada, and it's really short. I mean, it's a novella. but it was good. It was good. It was like a paranormal romance. I really liked it. It was an erotica because she is a virgin. It's an erotica. So if you want something quick, kind of creepy, erotic, I would try them. I would try all four of these. All four of these got it. So yeah. Then I read Wickedly Sweet by Becca Maca. Gave it a 3.5 on Kindle. This one was my only one that was like a why choose situation. So the girl's name is Audrey, and she is going with her brother and his two friends, Brax and Nate, to Salem for Halloween. Her and her brother's parents are paying for it. And they have an Airbnb, and they all four have their own rooms. And the brother is like, "Oh, I'm so like sad, mad that you're even here. Like, I'm not going to be able to go get laid." And da 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 da. And she goes, "Dude, I don't give a shit what you do. Like, go. I'm not complaining. I'm going to do whatever I want, anyways." And she really wants to do the witch and witch hunter thing in Salem, and she wants to be a witch, and she wants to be hunted. So one day she goes walking around with one of the guys. I think it was Brax, and they end up going to an adult store. She's never been in one. She don't have nothing, and she ends up buying something with him there, and he knows. The next day, she uses her toy, and the other one, I think it was Nate, kind of walked in and saw it, and whole thing. Well, while she's a witch, because she tells them that, she's never been with anybody. She's a virgin, and she wants somebody to take control, and like she's more like almost like into BDSM type of situation. And she goes, "I know it's weird, and I know I'm a virgin, and I know that's weird." But the guys are like, "No, it's not." And both of the guys like her. So let's just say she's a witch. They come in as witch hunters with masks. And that's where I'm going to leave that synopsis. I wish it was a full book. I wish this was a full book. I was not ready for it to end. I wish it was longer. I really enjoyed it. This was probably the only one out of the novellas that I wish was longer. It was good. It was really good. And then the last one I read was No Place to Hide by Harper Ashley and Ren Hawthorne. I gave it a 3.5. I read it on my Kindle, and this one was following Blair and Jackson. This one, I was a little scared because it shows it's not like a carnival, and like I personally don't like clowns, so I was like, "Oh God, is this going to be like a clown thing?" It was not, thank God. And Jackson works for the carnival, and he has to do the tickets for the funhouse. And Blair is there. She loves carnivals. She wants to ride all the rides, but her friends do not want to, and she has an ex that just won't let things go. Jackson kind of is like, "Hey, stop being a dick. She obviously don't want to talk to you. Go away." So then Blair goes thank them, and they decide they're going to have one night of them running around this carnival, pretty much playing hide and seek, and just going at it the entire time. It was interesting. The things that happened, I personally would not go along with, but to each their own. I mean, she seemed to have a great time, and the way it ended, I liked the way it ended. I really appreciated the growth in this type of book. I really liked it. I liked it. I didn't love it. Not something I would ever reread. The Wickedly Sweet I'd probably reread. But I wish it was a full novel. That one I wish it was still a full novel. Well, then I finished House of Sky and Breath. The second book, Crescent City, Sarah J. Maas. 5 stars. I mean, the first time I read it, I think I only gave it a 4.25. This time I'm giving it 5. Like, I can't not give it a 5. I did it on Dramatized on Hoopla, and I just, my love for Bryce and Hunt just skyrocketed. And Therian and Rune and Ethan and everybody, this was so good. So good. And the ending, I cried. I was like, oh God. I forgot one little thing that happened at the end. It's not even a little thing, it's a big thing, but like it's like for a second. It was so bad. So bad. I cannot wait to get into the third one. And like I can't really say much because it's the second book of a series. I don't want to spoil anything, but just know it's urban fantasy. there's angels, there's fae, there's mermaids, there's fire sprites, there's like Syrinx. I can't remember what he is, but I loved it. There's the werewolf shifter, there's vampires, there's everything. Loved it. 801 pages of just pure greatness. Love it. Then the last book I read, The Striker. I wanted to read this for so long. And I'm pretty sure this is my first football, because it's soccer, but it's in Europe. This is my first one. And I loved it. I didn't get 5-star feels from it. I gave it a 4.5. This is the only physical book I read this month. This is it. All the rest were Kindle or audio. But in this one, we're following Scarlett and Asher. I was going to say Asher, but I was afraid I was going to get that name wrong. On this one, it was so wholesome and cute. It was good. Scarlett, she's got a lot of problems. And Asher, he just comes in and is full on like, oh, it's you. I need to be with you. But then again, it's like your nemesis that's on your team. That's his sister. So it's like, oh no, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And she does ballet. She was supposed to become a professional, but she was in an accident. So she can't anymore. And I just feel like watching them get close was good. I didn't like the third act breakup. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to be the third act breakup. But I didn't like how quickly we resolved it or how it was resolved. I did not like that. I wish there should have been a little bit more of like groveling for that. And then like the end, like it just kind of was like quick. Like I wasn't a fan of the end. Like the end just felt very rushed. I didn't really like that. But everything else I really liked. And I liked the guys and how they started a book club. I thought that was so funny. But like, it was the ending that didn't do it for me, but it was really good. And the spice wasn't too crazy. There was spice. Don't get me wrong. But it was tasteful. For me, it was tasteful. Other people probably say it's a little crazy, but for me, it was needed and it was done. It was written when it needed to be written. But I did want to also go over the books that I DNF'd. I DNF'd 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books this month. I was DNFing left and right. Like, and I wouldn't even read much of the book before I would just DNF it because I just wasn't a fan. So I had That Damned Witch by CJ Rose. She did message me on Instagram herself and recommended me her book. Nope. I couldn't do it. Wasn't a fan. I have been having a hard time with witchy books. Like, I'm not into witch books right now. Like, I was in a big witch, era years ago. Now, no. And then I did A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. It's supposed to be like a Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. The first one, I liked it. The second one, nope. Didn't like it. I don't understand why we were following the guy, Gray, other than the other two. And I didn't care about it at all. I really did try and did not care. I tried to do it as an audio and I stopped it. No. Then Fire and Fate by Serena Valentino. I did DNF that series. It is the Disney Villain series. They're more middle grade than anything. There's just so many books and I just don't like the premise behind them. I never really have, but my mom got me the first like 3 or 4 and I really wanted to like them and I just didn't. So they're all gone. I don't even have them anymore. They're all on Pango. I think the only one I have is Fire and Fate. That's all I got in my possession. But the Fire and Fate is supposed to be following Hades. No. Not for me. I just don't think I like the 3 witches that are added in and that they're the reason why all the villains are villains type of situation. I don't like it. Then I did Shifter's Destiny by Anna Leonard. I have been wanting to read this book for years. It's a physical book that I had, and he's supposed to turn into a unicorn. Like, I was like, what? Like, never read that before. And for some reason, the first time I read it as if it was like Viking era. It's not. It's now in its urban fantasy, and I don't know where I got that from, but I didn't like it. I don't like that he saves these two girls and she keeps calling her younger sister baby. I'm like, no, just no. And that he saves them and then he just leaves them. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I would love to have somebody read the book and then just tell me about it, but I don't want to actually read the book myself. Yeah. So then I tried to read The Fullback Protector by Emma Wolf, which was the second one, and I just could not. I was like, oh my God, like I can't. I can't. There is a flight. I can't. I was so frustrated with the fact of I can't be with her, but I want to be with her. And I'm like, oh my God, like it was just annoying. I I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. I think I got almost like 20%. And I was like, it's like pulling teeth right now. And I want to gouge my eyes out. So I finished. I didn't return on that one. The Book of Autumn by Molly O'Sullivan. I got that one on NetGalley. And it literally felt like literally the 10 pages I read. It's just a witchy book. It's supposed to be witchy. It just felt like I was reading like a term paper. So then I went on Goodreads and one said there's literally 5% witchiness. It just was like a term paper. And I was just like, yeah, that's not what I want to read. So that got DNF'd very quickly at like literally 10 pages. And then The Reluctant Reaper by Mary Janice Davidson. I got that one also on NetGalley. I DNF'd that one pretty early on. She is, I don't even know what she is. Like, I never even got to figure it out before. I was just like, I just don't care. She just immediately knows when people are going to die and how they're going to die, when they're going to die, like everything. Like, she just knows how much longer they have left. And what irritated me was the fact that she was trying to get jobs and try to be fired from them as soon as possible just for fun. And I was like, that is just so immature. Like, I just cannot. And then all of a sudden there's these gods are showing up and all this. I'm like, this is so immature. It's not funny. It's just reckless. It's stupid. Like, if you're a god and you're bored, why are you getting jobs and trying to be fired within like days of being hired? Like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't understand the concept. I didn't like it. I didn't like her talking. I did not like her personality. So I just could not continue. But I did want to go over like my favorite book of the month and then my least favorite book of the month. My favorite book of the month was the Bromance Book Club. That one literally had me like in tears. It was sweet. I think because of them being married and he's trying to save their marriage. It was beautiful. And he's trying everything he can to save their marriage. And it was sweet. And I loved all the guys. And I just cannot wait to continue on in that series. And then my least favorite book was The Midnight Pack by Julianne Kulyasha. Yeah. I just cannot get behind the fact that this is a shifter romance. That's how it's advertised. But you don't even really see that until like the last maybe 20% of the book. You have to read pretty far in order to get anything. So I just wasn't for me. But what are you going to do? But yeah, so those were the 22 books I read. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I had a really good reading month. It could have been better. Every month could just be better than the last. Like, I think September, I had 20 books. So October's the month that I had the most books, but I think that also helped that I read those novellas. Like, I read 3 of the Halloween novellas in one day. So I think that's another reason why it was up. But September had the most pages. So again, I had the Halloween novellas this month. I don't know. But I am now done talking about my October. I don't know why I want to keep chit-chatting, but I'm done. If you liked any of these books, if you've read them, if you want to read them, leave it down in the comments below. I would love to chit chat with you guys. But otherwise, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Like, comment, subscribe down below. And I will see you in my next video.